get into a lot of explaining about this, that, and the other. But like I said, when it comes to these individuals who pull these scams at the end of the day, it's just, man, the stuff on them is endless. It's absolutely endless. So I don't mean to go into these really long talks, but the stuff that they do is freaking unbelievable. But anyway, let's get back to this real quick. So first things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. One of the things you have to do when you're selling screen paint products is very important that you are accurate about the product that you're designing. And at the end of the day, you can back up your product's claims. At the end of the day, they're doing what they're supposed to do. And you're not going to put false or misleading information on your site about your products, especially if you haven't backed it up at the end of the day. So what we're talking about here is on Crow1176, this guy's YouTube channel, basically claims that at the end of the day that you can go in and you can paint a screen size of 2 quarts of his screen paint products. You can paint up to a 300-inch screen. This, at the end of the day, is a complete lie. It is virtually impossible to do so. But by this individual not knowing anything about his products, I'm not going to go into the shipping policy. The shipping policies are really bad on this website. There's a lot, like I said, I'm not going to go into misspellings and stuff like that. But the basic fact that the craziness of telling somebody 2 quarts. Now I can see if you made an error or you made a mistake, but we reported this yesterday. Yesterday, it still hasn't changed yet. It's going to be there for a while. When you make a claim like this, you have to make sure at the end of the day you can back this up. This is why we have multiple screens, multiple size screens, different forms of projectors, all this stuff in the house. So that way we can say, hey, look, we used it on that projector, we used it on this projector, we did this size, that size screen. You have to be to back your products up and have the videos to back it up. I have never seen him paint a 135-inch screen in his own house. So if you're making these claims that you're doing these 100-inch screens or 200-inch screens, you're going to have to be to back this up to show at the end of the day that you can basically back up your product. Your product is actually literally has the ability to paint this product at the end of the day. Do you know how frustrated it is when you paint a screen and you don't have enough paint to finish the screen and the screen has to sit there unpainted? You can't hang it up. Projector's sitting in the corner. Can't do jack until you get the rest of the paint to finish it up. That's pretty much what's going to happen to you in this altogether. Let me go over here real quick. I got to change something real quick on here. Okay, Crow claims that only 2 quarts can paint a 300-inch screen. We're going to put all this in here. So we gave him a challenge to make sure that he can back this up at the end of the day. We sent him over a link over from Amazon of a 300-inch screen that you can purchase. They can ship it in overnight, so you can have the screen shipped in, so there's no excuses why you can't have it. I did go directly to his website. I did talk to him about these accusations about him making these false claims on their site, and there's a bunch of them on. It's more than one. There is a bunch of them on the site. We're not going to go into all that because I can go into days on just detailed stuff on their websites that just don't make any sense whatsoever. It just doesn't add up. But right here, see, let me make sure we got all this in here correctly. We'll make sure this is all worded correctly. All right, claims that only 2 quarts, only two quarts of his mixes can paint a 300-inch screen, 300-inch projection screen. So just to give you an idea how big a 300-inch projection screen is, that screen is 147 inches high, which is approximately 12 feet 3 inches in height. And width, the screen comes in at 22 feet. So this screen is 261 inches wide. You're going to be able to paint a screen with 2 quarts with that? No, not going to happen. Now, what I mean by this person does commit fraud on this website, I'm going to show you a little document. Basically, we've ordered products from his site before. We've gotten bunches of canceled orders from him. And this document shows that he bought a product on his website that doesn't even exist. This is supposed to be a Black Frankenstein that doesn't even exist. He doesn't even own or even make a Black Frankenstein at the end of the day. But as you can see, he's clearly putting objects on the site that pretty much he doesn't even have. So let's see, Crow claims that his only 2 quarts of his mixes can paint a 300-inch screen. Let's see, can he back it? Can he back it? There we go. Boom. That's done right there. All right, make sure it's in there. And like I said, at the end of the day, no, he's not going to be able to back this. It's not going to happen at all, period. That's a big screen. That's a big screen. My ceilings in here are almost 9 feet tall. This screen is actually 13 feet 3 inches. So let me show you here. Now keep in mind, the person we're dealing with is a very unprofessional person. He goes into rants with curse words and stuff like that. So sorry about that if anything pops up. He's very unprofessional. But I want to show you right here. So that's his product right there. This is supposed to be, he's claiming this is his website right here. Now, like I said, at the end of the day, people do make mistakes on their websites. They do put information in, but I don't even know how you would even come to that conclusion for it to be a mistake. It's basic common sense. You make screen paint products. You paint screens. Even you would know at the end of the day, it'd be virtually impossible to get 2 quarts into a 300-inch screen. So how would a person who basically in this field that does screen paint, who paints screens, wouldn't be able to figure out that 2 quarts are not going to go into a 300 screen? Where would you even get that from at the end of the day? How would you even come to that conclusion? Do you know how much square feet that you can get out of a quart compared to what you can get out of a gallon? Did you go to a calculator and get this information from? But this is a screen paint right here, Crows Mixes. And right here you can see, that's his web address right there. We're on a product page right now. And right here it says, crystal clear, at the bottom, 2 quarts of this mix will cover up to 300 inches. You can look at 2 quarts in your hand and you can see that that's virtually impossible just by looking at 2 quarts. That's like, let's give you an example, people. I'm going to show you right here. We went over to Projector Central on the PX747 ViewSonic projector. We're using the projector distance calculator just to give you an idea how big the screen is. So number one, you're going to be 35 feet back, 10 inches. Your screen size is 300 inches. Like I said, you measure it this way. It's going to be 261 inches across at 147 inches high. That's a big, big screen at the end of the day. And 2 quarts are going to paint this at the end of the day. Now, people may say, okay, maybe he made an error. No, he didn't make an error. There is some other mess that popped up on his page showing miscalculations and basically just taking guesses off the top of his head to make the product look good. But at the end of the day, he has no videos backing it up. I have not seen you paint 135 in your house. I've not seen you paint 140 or 150 inch or 235.1s or none of them in the house. So where are you getting this these accurate readings from that your product can actually paint these screens in by using your product? So let me show you. It not only does it go from covering up to 300 inches, let's go to the front page. And the front page, it's even worse. He's got one of them that actually says here at the bottom, and you figure that one out for yourself because I'm shaking my head on this one. 1 quart, and you spell quart incorrect. Quart is not spelled QRT, but 1 quart covers up to 120 inches, but 2 quarts will cover up to 150. Now that sounds about right. It depends, but he still has to paint a 150-inch screen because the product that we make over here, is a little bit finer. It's like silk. It's a little finer. So it has a better coverage than you would have with everyday paint. So at the end of the day, you would have to literally paint that screen to see if your screen is going to cover 150 inch. You can't say that unless you do it. So what you need to do is you need to buy a 150 inch screen and paint that screen in to see if your product will cover the 150 inch. And not only can it cover the 150 inch, you're going to have this much paint left over. Because just in case if the customer uses more paint than he's intended to use, at least he has a buffer zone of that much paint. That's why every time we paint a screen and we pour it into a container, this is how much we got left over, because it shows at the end of the day that the customer has enough left over to do a 50 or 60 inch screen from what he has left over. That shows our screens have very good coverage. That's what you're going to have to do. So, buddy boy, you're going to have to get yourself a 150 inch screen and show that you're going to be able to paint 150 inch and still have about that much left over to show that you have enough to basically, if the customer uses more, he's going to be covered at the end of the day. Now, the part that has me shaking my head here, 1 quart paints up to 120 inch screen. All right, that's definitely possible. 2 quarts cover 150 to 200 inches. Where do you get the 200 inches from? How is that even possible? It's not going to work, buddy. There's no way in the world you're going to be able to get. Mind you got to pay the 150-inch screen. You got to have this much left over from 150-inch. So how in the world are you going to be able to paint a 200-inch screen over that? That's not going to happen at the end of the day. These are demonstrations he's going to have to do. He's going to have to do these demonstrations to show. So you need now to go out and get 150, 135, 150, 200, and a 300-inch screen to show that your product does exactly what it says. Other than that, basically, he's just talking a bunch of nonsense on his website with no way to back it up. Now, how would I know on our end if our screens do that? Well, the difference between me and him is on his website, the only screens he displays is the 100-inch. I think it's a 100-inch screen right there. If we go down to the bottom, another 100-inch screen right there. If we go here and check out his custom, well, actually, this is not even his customers. This one right here looks like a customer. That's not his, but small screens. None of these screens are big screens here. None of them. Look at these. We'll go click on these right here. And you'll see right in the gallery. Small screen right there. That's not a 150-inch screen or 120. That's about 100-inch. Right there. That's about 120-inch right there. That's about a 100-inch screen right there. Another 100-inch screen. Another 100-inch screen. Another 100-inch screen. 100-inch screen. 100-inch screen. So no, you don't have any screens on here coming in at 200 or 100 inches at all, period. Now, for those of you who may want to criticize us at the end of the day, say, hey, look, well, if you're going to make statements, then what about you? Well, over here. We'll go pop over here to my homepage. And on my homepage, when you pop up, you will see our screens here that we have at the bottom displayed. Just my giant 180-inch screen here, right there. If you go on YouTube, I'm the only one that has a black 180-inch screen. Nobody has one. Type it in. See how many people pop up. We're the only ones who have it. That's a 180-inch screen right there. That's 250-inch screens back to back. Matter of fact, that screen was customized. The border was done at the top. So that screen does 180-inch because it fits all the way to the top, and it does 198 inches at 235.1. And they're outside. They're not inside. These screens are outside on display, which shows they take in 10 times more ambient light, because when you're showing off product like this and your screen's inside, how are you telling your customers that your products can paint a 120-inch screen, 150-inch screen, a 200-inch screen, a 300-inch screen, and this is all you have, this is all you're showing at the end of the day? This is not even window light at all, period. And as you can see, we're going to get into that. He advises his customers to only show off bright levels only. Anything contrast or star fill, this would have washed clean out. So if you're telling people that quality is everything, and this is what you do at the end of the day, you're making these claims that you're painting these giant screens in. No, complete lie at all at the end of the day. Buddy, that doesn't show you. You have to do, at the end of the day, people have to understand, you have to see product on a larger screen than basically sitting out inside tucked away. You see right here, Jamie, how this is done? This is a 150-inch screen. It sits outside at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Not inside, not trapped behind doors and windows. This is how it's done. See? This is my demonstrations of my screen. While you're inside doing, mind, that's a 720p projector that cost me around $270. Well, your projector costs you $3,000. My projector cost me $270. It sits back 27 feet and it's outside. This is how you have to back up your products. That's how far my projector sits back from my screen. And you're showing me a demonstration of your customer that's in a dark environment. Not dark, he's in a somewhat well-lit environment, but you're inside. We're outside at 150s. So if you're going to if I make a claim on my site that my product is going to paint up to a 150-inch screen, I have to have a 150-inch screen out there on display that people can see at the end of the day that the product does work. Have to be the display there, even with the videos to match. That's why you have to make sure you know at the end of the day that the person's actually telling the truth at the end of the day. Because right now, as far as I'm concerned, if you're telling me you're going to do a 300-inch screen from 2 quarts, that screen right there we have is huge. And that screen alone basically took way more than 2 quarts to paint that screen. Can't make statements at the end of the day about products you can't back up, because that's considered to be fraud at the end of the day. You have to be to back it up, man. Have to be the backup at the end of the day. You can't do statements like that in the day. You have to show these screens off. That was your customer in the environment. This is our customer right there. I can put my new customer demonstrations in too. This is my customer's demonstration with showing a contrast level with the screen right next to the window. We don't advise them to show off in our demonstrations bright, beautiful colors because the screens will produce better. No, we haven't shown the contrast levels. And that's what black screens are designed to do. Now, as you can see, the windows sit right next to the screen. And you see, the screen is nowhere near the windows. No contrast levels were ever displayed. So that way, you can keep them bright images to show at the end of the day that the product, at the end of the day, like I said, it's not going to produce contrast. And again, at the end of the day, you can't make false accusations like that at the end of the day. Now, let's go over here real quick. I'm going to show you real quick because we got to come out of here real quick. I have things to do. We're requesting Crow today. We've already sent over to his website requesting him to back up the accusations that he's making on his website, which we believe are false, which we know he cannot back up. He's claiming in his website that he can produce a paint onto a screen size of 150 inches. I would love to see that in a demonstration of a painted 150 inch. Also want to see the 200 inch also painted also too. And also too, I would like to see, let me see. Let's go over here. I want to see this one. It's the main one we need to see right here. We need to see this one. I want to see 2 quarts do a 300-inch screen right here. So this is what we're requesting today, to see him do a 300-inch screen from 2 quarts. Because if not, you're faking your demo. You're not faking your demo. Well, you are faking demonstrations, but you are basically putting false and misleading information on your website. And at the end of the day, can you back this? Can you back that your product can take 2 quarts and paint a 300-inch screen? I would love to see this. So I'm going to show you what we sent to him and a chat to him directly. Went to his chat. Right here, you can see that basically he is active. He is live right there. This is what we sent over to us. You can all have this on record that we did contact him about these false accusations on his site. So right here, we contact Crow right here. This is the listing that he has here, claiming to be able to paint a 300-inch screen from 2 quarts. This is what we want to see. We want to see you back this up. Right there, asking him. This is from his site, directly from his site, pasted here. At the bottom, we put over here, can you paint a 300-inch screen with 2 quarts of your screen paint back in your website? If not, you're committing fraud. You're misleading your customers. This is the link where you can go buy the giant screen from over here. Here is the screen on Amazon. Order it and back your website. You have 5 days, which is more than enough time because the product ships overnight. Keep in mind, this is all being live streamed. The demo must be done live. Now I'm gonna click on here to show you that it's legit. So if he tries to say, well, no, it's not working, it is working perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with the link. It's working perfectly fine. We sent him a link on Amazon where he can pick up a 300-inch screen. Here is the timeline. He can get the screen in. He'll have it in no time at all. It'll be here in no time at all. They can ship it overnight directly to him. And the shipping is free. It's free shipping. He'll have it shipped to him for free. So it's no problem. He should have that between probably Friday or so forth. He should have that in no time at all. So we're expecting to see this demonstration at the end of the day. You can't come on your website. You can't put fake information on your site because, again, these are people that are coming onto your site to buy from you. And at the end of the day, if you're specifications are not accurate on your products, you are committing fraud and also scamming your customers. Now, just so you know, people, we do have this person on our blacklist. Blacklist is a website that we have that we stick people on that commit fraud at the end of the day. Crow1176 is on this list. Under, if you go to more, where it says fake projectors, you will see the blacklist. And in the blacklist, you will get information on Crow1176. These are actual videos. We're basically him falsifying products. Here, this is a video where he had on his YouTube channel that was deleted off his account, doesn't exist anymore. And in this demonstration, it shows Crow making a black and white screen paint mixture under the Metallica projection screen paint mix. And it says at the bottom, 2 tablespoons of flat paint. Now, in this demonstration, what we did was we went in and we did several mixes from this. This is a video we always ask people to do the 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's basically asking him to go on live, do a demonstration showing his product versus a white paint with 2 tablespoons of black paint, 3, 4, and 5 each one, and basically showing a side-by-side demonstration to show that he's not scamming his customers and at the end of the day just selling them more than black and white paint. This is what he was requested. So to show you that this is his video, this is Crow1176 in the video right now making a black and white screen paint product. There you go. Making a black and white product right there. And we use the same demonstration, the same tutorial video to make a product that right from the same mixture that matched his personal mix perfectly. This is why it's such a high concern that you have to be a person you have to watch out, because at the end of the day, this individual will scam you. At the end of the day, his website does not add up at all. He has fake accusations on his website that do not add up. As in telling his customers that his screen paints can paint a 300-inch screen at 2 quarts. They're telling his customers that 1 quart is going to paint 120-inch, but 2 quarts is going to paint 150 to a 200-inch screen. Complete lie. So, back it up. Matter of fact, you have a few things to back up. Fernando Gonzalez, we need you to back this video up. We've been asking you about this since last year. The same tutorial video, take 4 quarts of paint, put in 2, 3, and 4. Make these products live on YouTube. Put them against your product. Show at the end of the day that you're not scamming your customers and giving them just black and white paint at the end of the day. You want to see something worse than that? We were able to, on this demonstration here, we can go back and watch it on the blacklist over there. Let's go over here and show you this one. And this demonstration, we were able to match his Cinemax Crow's personal mix and the Metallica mix to a paint called Promar 400. This is Sherman Williams. This is Network Gray 773 or SW773. And it was able to match his product perfectly. And this demonstration, everyday house paint, you can check that out on the blacklist also too. Also too, on the blacklist, we have where we took his same tutorial video where he's making black and white products with black and white paint. We use the same tutorial videos to use $40 to make around 3 of the screen paint mixes that we have here. That's when we did in the unboxing right there. We were able to make the Metallica mix. We were able to make the UV mix, which he sells on his website, for $89. We did it at $40. And we were able to make the personal mix. So the 2 demonstrations right there. Now you see the container right there covered in all that paint. That is a product that we got from a customer who ordered the product, had it shipped to us. There it is right there in its packaging. Right there saying Crow, the best of the best. Let me see. There it is right there. So that's the product you see right here. Everything backs up. Everything we do backs up. That's the product right there. You see in there? The same product we used over here that matched the Sherman Williams paint perfectly with no problem. The same product here that we made with $40 with black paint and white paint. Same there, right over here. Same product right here. There you go. Same thing. That's where it came from. That's where we got the container from. That container came from a customer who shipped that over to us. And that's the one we used to match the Sherman Williams paint with. This is a product that he sells on his website. Now, the reason why we have this video right here is to warn customers at the end of the day, because of its shipping policy clearly states if the product lands on your property, it is yours, that you cannot return it, you cannot get your money back, there's no equal exchange, nothing. So if your product gets here and it's busted like the one we got here where paint was all over the place, at the end of the day, you are stuck with it. This is all he did to wrap it up. That's basically about it. Absolute mess. See right there? There's this product right there, Crow. And that's the same container that we were able to match to Sherman Williams paint at $23 a gallon. We're also able to match it to Hobby Paint at $97 a quart. That's it. So this is why you have to be careful. That's the same container right there, his products. Keep in mind, he did not know this was being shipped to us. He shipped it to a customer. That way we didn't have to worry about him tampering with the product at all whatsoever. Also, too, you have to be careful about this individual, because yes, he will commit fraud against you. Here over here, we ordered paint from him. Mind you, in this particular, besides all the multiple cancellations, and this particular demonstration right here, Crow1176, in the middle of a transaction, basically claimed that he was going to be honest and ship a product. We all know at the end of the day, if something bad was going to happen, he's not a very honest person. His Cinemax is not black. This is what he shipped over to us. He shipped over us a black paint. So right here in this demonstration, clearly shows that Crow scammed us, shipping us a black house paint product. This is why this is the individual you should not buy from. At the end of the day, be very careful, because he will try to scam you. That is black paint. That's his signature on the bag saying Crow best of the best. And right there, you can clearly see that that is not a great product. So he scammed us there, but don't worry, we got our money back. We went to YouTube, we went to whatchamacallit, we fought our claim and we won.
Here on the table, which is interesting, because that veteran said that I wanted his product right on the table. Here it is, on the table.
So this is an individual I would not trust with money or credit cards at the end of the day, because I said before, he scammed us. Now, I've seen him cancel orders, but to take the money and then ship out something completely false, that's a scammer. So right here, as I said, at the end of the day, this is where we got the fake black paint shipped to us. Over in here, we won our claim on PayPal. So right here, case closed in our favor. We won our case against, they had decided in our favor. We won our case against Crow because PayPal was able to go in, to investigate his website, investigate his YouTube channel, and decided in our favor because they knew that he was committing fraud at the end of the day. So even PayPal could see that at the end of the day that he was committing fraud. But the same container you see here is the same container we have right over here in this video making the product, and this video making the product, and in this video matching everyday house paint at $23, including with the Cinemax. So Fernando Gonzalez, like I said, you have until a week to do the demonstration of backing up your product, that you're not lying and misleading your customers, that you can actually take 2 quarts of your product and paint a 300-inch screen, which I cannot wait to see this. So let me give you an idea real quick. We got the measurements out on the measuring tape on how big is a screen that size. Well, here's the measuring tape. And here in the next room, that's the height of the screen. So the screen is about 12 feet and 12 feet and 3 inches for that screen. That's the height of it. That's how big it is. Mind you, that screen is bigger than the size of my deck. My deck outside is 11 feet high. So here we are coming in. Inside. So you can see that is the screen right there. 12 feet, maybe 147 inches high. That's how big your screen is going to be in the length or the height of it. From here to here, you're gonna get all that for 2 quarts. And let's show you what you're gonna get when you do the screen at 226, which he's claiming that you get 2 quarts out of this. We have 242. 2. We gotta push you guys back. Not even close. We gotta go back a little bit more. We need 261. 250, 261. So see the measurements here. We're coming in at 261. Sorry about the rotation there. Hold on for a minute. Get that rotation to pop better. There we go. That's the size right there. 261. This is the size of your screen. You see the size of that? From here all the way into here near my bathroom. That's how big that screen is. See those 2 quarts? This is a reality. He's saying these 2 quarts are going to paint a screen of 300 inches, 147 inches high, 261 inches wide. Now imagine that in a square. That's a monster-sized screen, isn't it? That's like somebody telling me that 2 quarts of these paint right here are going to paint this entire room from ceiling to walls with 2 quarts. Again, he doesn't know what he's talking about. At the end of the day, you don't want to buy screen paint. Mind, this is your investment at the end of the day. You're spending money for a projector, you're spending money for movie chairs, for your setup, spending money for stereo systems and speakers and all that stuff. And at the end of the day, you're going to buy your screen paint from somebody who doesn't even know the proper measurements of a projection screen and how much paint to apply at the end of the day. Not even that, even sadder that at the end of the day, you're paying $80 to $89 for a product that we unboxed on the video right here at the bottom. Unboxed it right there. His product, unboxed it in a video that he charges $80 to $89 for this product that at the end of the day ended up matching Sherman Williams at $23 a gallon. As a matter of fact, it matched the Personal Mix, the Metallica Mix, and the Cinemax all at the same time. Even made it here for 40 bucks. 40 bucks, we made 3 screen paints for $40 here. Over here, we made another of his product again. Same product, as you can see, same unboxing. And you go right here, you can check it out for yourself. Network Gray 773 matched this product perfectly. There's all 3 of his products right there laying against the screen. How do you explain that at the end of the day that your customers is paying out this money for your product and your product is sitting there matching a basic house paint? So not only are you looking at misguided measurements all over his website about how his products can paint this, that, and the other, but you're looking at the fact that this guy is openly scamming his customers at the end of the day when he can't even do the demonstrations back in his products. That's pretty bad right there. So at the end of the day, he's not saving people money. He's stealing from her at the end of the day. And it shows at the end of the day. It shows from his website that has lack of information on the products, lack of testing at the end of the day. The fact that on his eBay account looks even worse than the website. It's just crazy all the way around. Usually when people get sloppy, when they scam people, it shows in their work. You can see it. And does he have any of these demonstrations back in his product not being house paint? No, not at all, period. Go to the website. There's nothing here, no videos in the front showing any demonstrations of him backing his products versus household products. Nothing here at all. This is the front page right here. Were the test videos, any demonstrations showing of his products, doing any demonstrations versus everyday house paint to ensure his customers he's not stealing from them? Nothing there, right? I didn't think so. Our front page on our website. Demonstrations outside. I told you, one of my demonstrations alone could blow out all your customers' demonstrations in one hit. 180-inch screen outside, displaying outside, could blow all your demonstrations out the window. My screen's 10 times bigger than yours. I'm outside using 10 times more ambient light, and I'm using a 720p projector. Customer demonstrations. My customer demonstrations are far more better than yours. I got to post a new customer just posted all 4 screens in his environment. Each one of those projectors ran from 1100 lumens. Demonstrations of why you don't want to go near gray screen paint products. This is a black and white test showing our screens can maintain beautiful colors and fully lit environments while your screen washes out. You don't pick up. That's a max out zone. In that environment, we call it a max out zone because in that environment, the lighting in there is so high that meters can't pick up in there. That's what gray screen paint looks like in a max out zone. It can't pick up an image. That's why every time they do demonstrations, they make sure that the customers do demonstrations either in the dark or they show bright, beautiful colors, something that's not going to wash out on the screen. They can't do a contrast level because the contrast level doesn't pick up on gray paint. See, that's how much of your product you miss off your screen. Let's keep going. Let's see if Mr. Bird has any more information on his products here. Here's demonstrations on the 38s. There's a demonstration we do on our products showing our ceiling light projection technology, which we have an actual ceiling with a screen in the actual ceiling with the lights on. Let's see, floor projection screens, done that already. Let's share the demonstrations we have on the front page and show you. Acoustic technology. See the difference between my screen and your customer's? Your customer's screen sits away from the window. My screen literally sits in the window doing a contrast level at the same time. Big difference. And my screen's bigger. My screen's 127 inches, 1610. His screen's 120 inch. Let's go over here. More ceiling light projection demonstrations. Demonstrations. You have any pictures like this? That's the OLED, the woman that was sitting there in the black makeup. Yeah, I have her up to projected off my ceiling with the light in the center and at the same time producing it on a 148 inch screen. Demonstration such like so, do you? Nope, not one. Let's go down here. Let's show you the difference between our product and black and white paint. So ensure my customers at the end of the day that they're not being bamboozled or not being scammed by saying that, hey, we're shipping up my black paint. Guess what? There's my demonstration on a 1000 lumen projector versus black paint, black fabric. There's a demonstration of black fabric versus my screen right there. Demonstration live, all done live. My product versus black paint, my product versus black film, and our picture slideshow right there. So at the end of the day, I can show that my paint does not match black fabric, black paint, black vinyl, or anything else we could throw at it. It doesn't match it. But at the end of the day, you can't back your product not being everyday household paint. Where's the demonstrations on your website? Oh, there's none there because you can't back your product, but we can do that easily. What's the difference between, oh yeah, fully lit environment, multi-projector setups, and fully lit environments on display? Your customer is showing off one screen. We can do 3 at the same time on our screen with the windows open with no problem whatsoever. Not a problem, easy to do. Demonstrations about why you don't use gray screens in dark and black environments. They don't pick up color. Dedicated environments. They don't pick up color. They don't pick up contrast. The demonstrations right there. Did you see that on the site? Nope, isn't that information for you? Not even there. Demonstrations on painting on the wall. Any demonstrations on that? Not even there. The demonstrations right there. Demonstrations on gray versus black demonstrations on showing our product versus gray screens versus gray paint, gray tablecloths. 4 different gray screen paint products all at the same time. Any of those demonstrations done? Not one. Nothing on your website showing anything at all. Period. There go the picture slideshows with the videos to match. Nothing. So we go to your site. What do we see? Nothing but a bunch of nonsense at the end of the day. And this demonstration, which is my all-time favorite, this demonstration shows me painting on my screen with black paint live that you can watch to show that my product doesn't even match black house paint at the end of the day. But on our fraud list, we have Crow's product matching house paint, matching hobby paint, matching tablecloths at the end of the day. But the only thing you have on your website to back your products up is this. This is it. No effort put into the page at all. My company, that's it, that's it, that's it, that's it. My pictures on my site, not to be disrespectful people, but my pictures on my site, one of them showing 150 inch outside, not inside, outside, 10 times bigger than all the screens that you have here in these demonstrations combined, and my screen sits outside on a $270 projector, could blow all your demonstrations out the water. Just that one picture. This is the best picture you got right here of your customer. That's it. Compared to my customer right here, which is showing a 1,000-inch screen on display. That's my customer right there. You talking about screen size? My screens have been on 1,000-inch screens, big, massive screens. So that's what I said. At the end of the day, he can't back his product up. My customer's demonstration. Not sitting away from the window, showing contrast levels right next to the window. You ain't shown any demonstrations like that at the end of the day. Get that out of there. Here we go. And this demonstration right here alone could level all your demonstrations in one hit. I'm not inside. I'm farther away than you guys are in all your demonstrations. I'm at 150 inches, and I can display an underwater ocean at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. At the end of the day, people, be very careful when you buy screen paint products. Make sure that the websites that you are going through have information to back it up. For every picture we have in here, we'll back up to every demonstration that's connected to it. All majority of our demonstrations, 90% of them are done live, so our customers know what they're buying. We test their products against black products and all different kinds of other films and materials to show you at the end of the day that our products do not match any of these products whatsoever. We can back up our technology 100%, when others at the end of the day cannot even make proper accusations that their products can actually paint a screen using the proper, measurements. Because, like I said, at the end of the day, I don't know anybody that would have made that mistake at the end of the day. 2 quarts for 300 inches? How is that even possible? I would love to see how you came up to that conclusion. How is it even possible? And before you know, at the end of the day, what Jamie has to understand, before you make these accusations like this, make sure you paint these screens in first before making these false claims at the end of the day. Because there is no way in the world that you're going to tell somebody they're going to spend $170 for your product that's supposed to paint a screen size out of 2 quarts for 300-inch screen out of 2 quarts, and you're charging them $170. How is that even possible at the end of the day? You want a fun experience? Call Lowe's. Call Lowe's. I don't know, any paint store. Call them up and say, hey, look, I got to paint this wall for this customer that is going to be 147 by 261. I'm wondering if 2 quarts is going to be enough. Just get ready for the laughter, all right? And they're going to ask you, they're going to question your painting experience and all that. Just be warned for that. Just don't get upset when they do that to you. Because at the end of the day, they're like, no, that's not enough paint. You don't have enough paint to do that. Let's do this right here. Let me show you something. I gotta get my wire managed a little better here. Per square inch, how much paint in a quart? So he has to go to one of these. This is a calculator that will allow you to be able to calculate how much per square inch in a quart. So will a quart cover up to one wall? All right. So this is what you have to go into Crow. You actually have to do work at the end of the day. I know you don't like to do it. I know you don't like to work hard, but you're going to have to actually work hard to do this. Okay. Can't put dumb stuff on your page that doesn't have any form of real way of supporting what you're saying. So let's see. If you're doing, let's see, 400 square feet, 1 quart will cover up to about 100 square feet. Mind, that ain't jack at the end of the day. It really isn't. It really isn't jack. You think it's 100 square feet? It's not jack at the end of the day. We had to do a movie screen for a company, and the screen was like something like 500 inches. It was big. So it's going to be, well, we calculated how many gallons of paint per square footage. It came up to around 200 something, 2,000, 2,180 something gallons of paint. That was how much it came to. That's a 500-inch screen. So the calculations were somewhere in there. 2,000, something around 2,100 something gallons of paint. It was a lot to do a 500-inch screen. And you're talking about 300 inches from 2 quarts. So let's go with, let's see. I need help. Let's tangle it up. Okay. How many square feet are in a gallon? Gallon's going to have about Gallon's going to have about, this is how many square feet you're going to need in 1 gallon. That's 1 gallon. You're talking about 2 quarts. Yeah. You didn't do any kind of work at all. 5 gallons at least would have been a better option. You'd have been better off with the 4 gallons per square feet per gallon. See how many gallons per square feet. Let me see. Some people they have 400. Depends on how good the coverage is going to be. So this is what you're going to have to go on. You're going to have to do some math, man, before you go up there and start talking all this dumb trash that you can't even back up at the end of the day. We had to do a movie screen, and it was like a lot. It was a lot of paint. It was something like almost 200, but 300. Think about it. You're talking about added somewhere around probably about 2,185 gallons of paint, somewhere near that to do a 500 screen. We're talking almost near $500,000 in revenue at 340 something a gallon. So imagine that, how crazy that order was. There's no way in the world we can complete it. We had to turn the order down. We couldn't do it. It was way too much paint. At the end of the day, couldn't do it. But yeah, I got to get out of here real quick. That's it. We're done on that demonstration. I try not to go overboard by talking too much on this, but we got to cut this quick because the last one, yeah, like I said, I can go on and on for days with these guys. You can't make this up, man. It's stuff you can't make up. But like I said, Jamie, we sent you the link, so he knows that Fernando Gonzalez, we sent you the link. And in the link I sent you where you can go to Amazon, you can purchase a 300-inch screen. We're giving you 5 days to have this done live on YouTube. Remember, this is an accusation that you made on your website, okay? So you made this accusation, back it up. Because if you can't back it up, at the end of the day, you are committing fraud and you're misleading your customers and you don't know what the freak you're talking about at the end of the day. Clearly, by what I just seen with the whole, I did it from the door and I saw the screen and the 2 quarts of paint. You have no idea what you're talking about. You're not a professional in the field. I would call you a professional. A few other things, but I'm trying to be professional about this on the end of the day. But at the end of the day, no, you do not know what you're doing. I'm not going to go into the other areas you have. I don't know. Like I said, you could have a learning disability. I don't know at the end of the day, so I'm not going to go in on that. But I do know for a fact that you don't know jack about projection screens or painting applications or nothing, because I don't know how anybody, even anybody, person who never painted in their entire life would even know at the end of the day. That's like saying, hey, you can walk in this room and you can paint this entire room off 2 quarts of paint. Even they would know that was idiotic. But the fact that you came up with that and posted that to your site without doing any fact checking, without doing any testing yourself, clearly shows at the end of the day you're just talking trash, you're just posting stuff up there and hoping anybody will believe it at the end of the day. Now, like I said, we sent them the information. The link works perfectly fine. I'm going to show you the link we sent over to them because I don't want any Karen cries, because there's a lot of Karen cries at the end of the day. We don't want to hear that nonsense. You can all see this is what we sent to him after reading this nonsense. You can see this is his actual website. To recap, there's his website right there. That's the product right there. Mind you, he has this multiple times. There are multiple areas in the site. Basically, not only this part in the site showing measurements that don't add up to his screen paint products. So right here, 2 quarts of his mixes will cover up to a 300-inch screen. Again, even if that was an error at the end of the day, still you should have had that fixed. We talked about that yesterday, but still there's other places in the website you can see it's the same thing over and over and over again. I'm not going to go into the shipping policy. We all know the nightmare about that nonsense altogether, but there's no way in the world you're doing that. So conversation we had to him, as you can see, he is active. This is what we sent over to you. So you can see it's all on record right here of him giving him the opportunity to back his claim, because we always give people the opportunity to back the claim. Right there, asking him, Crows1176 Mix right here. This is the advertising he has here. We posted to here so he can get an understanding of what he wrote here. Covers up to a 300-inch screen. And the bottom here, we already asked him, can you paint a 300-inch screen with 2 quarts of your screen paint back in your video, your website? There is a link right there we can get the screen from. Let them know that here is the screen on Amazon. Order and back your website. And mind you, at the end of the day, Crow, you want to call people scammers. You want to call people fakes. At the end of the day, this is what you get when you do dumb stuff like this at the end of the day. This is what you get. So when you go around calling people fakes and scammers at the end of the day, people will call you out. They'll put you under a magnifying glass to see what they can find out about you. It ain't hard. You don't even need a magnifying glass at the end of the day. You are the fake, you are the scammer. You're going to need to back this up at the end of the day, because it shows that you are falsifying information on your website. You're misleading customers. It says, here's the screen on Amazon. Order it, back up your website. You got 5 days. Keep in mind, this is all being streamed. The demo must be done live, so you have to do this live. Does the link work? Make sure he doesn't complain and cry that the link doesn't work. The link works perfectly fine. There is the screen right there for 300 inches. He can pick it up. This is the delivery time he's going to have on it. He can have this shipped in for free at fast delivering. They can ship it in, let's see, tomorrow. He can get it in tomorrow. So no excuses about how you can't get the product. I don't want to hear, oh, I had to go to another customer and they had to ship it to me. Bull crap. Don't do that nonsense with the tablecloth. You go buy that on your cell phone, computer, whatever you have to do. Get it over here and show all of us at the end of the day that you're going to take 2 quarts of your product and paint in a 300-inch screen. Because there's no excuse for you to be falsifying that dumb nonsense all over your website. All right, just so you can show it's not a miss error, let's come out of here real quick. Let's go pop over to his home page. More dumb nonsense at the bottom of the page. It doesn't make any sense. And when you're talking about 3,500 lumen projector, supposed to be a high-end lumen projector, no. How would you not even know that at the end of the day, that a 35 is not a high? 5,000, 6,000, 7. Let's talk about here. Miscalculations on your website. 120, 1 quart, and again, you spelled quart incorrect. Not good. Go back and fix that, please. 1 quart covers up to 120. 2 quarts paints up to 150 to a 200-inch screen. Lie. Definitely a lie. If you haven't painted the screen, you haven't did a paint on for 200 inches, you don't have any videos that have a 200 inch, you have no paintings of 180 inch, 135, 150 inch, none of these are done, then at the end of the day, it's bullcrap and it's a lie. You got to back it up. We got to see these demonstrations. But first, you're going to start with that 300-inch screen because, like I said, I can't wait to see this. And please send me an email before you do this because usually I never pop into your live streams. But this one, I will be coming in with my group because we're dying to see this. I'll bring my forum group in. We'll come in. We'll watch. We won't make any noise, no sound, no laughing, chuckling, no emojis, nothing. Strictly professional. Come in and watch you paint in 2 quarts on a 300-inch screen because I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it. I've never seen anybody lie so much on a website. It's not even funny. Not only can you not back your products up to everyday household products, not only are you basically can't back your product to a video of you showing black and white products, not only at the end of the day you can't back your products of at the end of the day being anything more than just a glorified primer or house paint, but even on your website you lie about the applications on how much paint it takes to paint a screen and then charge your customers for it. Which means you have no knowledge of what you are doing at the end of the day. You're just basically just blowing in the wind. Let me show you something real quick, people, so you can see this real quick. We need to come over here. Make sure I got this turned to the side because I got orders popping in. I'm going to show you something. Over here, we're going to show you a Crows. These are all the canceled orders we got from Crow. Not the canceled orders, but I'm going to show you something. We got a particular order in here that's very, 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 very suspicious. We got an order in here for a black Frankenstein. Crow does not make a black Frankenstein. Mind, this was an active shopping cart on his website that we purchased from, which clearly showed he never had this product to begin with. And if you didn't have that product to begin with, what was it doing there at all, period? Now, what if I didn't buy it, somebody else bought it? Then what would be the excuse behind that? What would you have shipped them at the end of the day? What would they have gotten at the end of the day with no video testimony to back up that product? That's what I want to know. Can't put stuff on your website that's not real. So let me see right here. We need to get to this right here. Here we go, Crow. This is a receipt. This is a receipt that came out of a transaction out of my business debit card account. We ordered this product on August the 16th, 2021. The product that we ordered from Crow, that money was put back into our banking account, as in Crow's asking us, don't need your business, have a blessed day, stay away, but that's not either here nor there. Let me show you what we ordered. This is what we ordered. A Black Frankenstein. It doesn't exist. He doesn't own one. He never painted one. He never designed one. There's no demonstrations on one. So you had an active shopping cart sitting in your account showing a Frankenstein that anybody could have popped in and might have ordered that. So what would you send them at the end of the day? What were they getting at the end of the day? If you had no videos, you had a fake shopping cart, a fraud cart in your account. Why was it active? It should have said out of stock. If that product wasn't there and it wasn't ready, they always say out of stock, which means you can't go place an order because it's not an active shopping cart. But you literally had an active cart in there with a product that you don't even have, which means right there you committed fraud. So where is this product at? Where are the demonstrations? We can't find anything on it. Not one thing. But yet it was a cart that was active because the purchase went through. Show the transaction. Everything went through with no problem right there. Again, be careful when you hit this man's site at the end of the day. If you're going to go down that road, be careful if you hit this site at the end of the day, so you make sure at the end of the day that you don't get scammed. And when you do get his product there, make sure you do the Sherman Williams test. Go out and get that network gray SW773 to make sure that your product does not match. Let's go over to, let me see. I want to get this one at the bottom. So we want real quick. We need to get you some videos real quick on this individual. We'll bring it up on live, get you some literature on why you got to be careful with this guy at the end of the day. There you go. You see this right here, all these links? These are all the links we got on Crow doing dirty stuff. This is where we basically called him. Sherman Williams tested this product. We make it, well, yeah, Crow's product, the UB mix versus a certified screen. That screen tore his screen up. It's nothing but black and white paint, people, at the end of the day. This is what you're getting at the end of the day. And now, to add to that, we got the new video. Another link added to this whole 2 quarts out of 300, 2 quarts painted. I can't even, it's even hard for me to even say it. Are you kidding? I don't even know where you came up with this conclusion at the end of the day. Like, I'm going to do it. Think we can do this. Where did you come up with that calculation? I would love to be able to pick your brain. Please call me. Call me so I can have a conversation with you. I'm not going to record it. Nothing record it. Me and you man to man. Call me. I want to know where you came from with this idea of basically 2 quarts. Or where? I love to pick people's brains at the end of the day. Just call me up. I want to talk to you man to man. I don't want to hear no insults, nothing. You talk to me like a man. I want to know where you came up with this idea of this whole 2 quarts going to do a 300-inch screen. Seriously. We're going to put this information here for you guys right here. This is basically on this information. You have canceled orders from Partey, where he canceled orders from us. That's going to be in there anyway. We got over here Crows or the UV mix versus Crows certified screen showing it didn't matter. He didn't beat this screen. $23 gallon of paint beat his product. Over here, this is Crow, the black and white mix scam that he has going on. This is where he made his product with $40 worth of paint. Yes, all there, right there. Get you guys on that. At the end of the day, this is why your customers don't come in and claim to have your product being the best. I don't see them coming in saying that at all, period. I guess not. If your product is matching house paint, tablecloths, and everything else, we can find it at the face of the sun. I wonder if I could find some gray finger. I got to find something else. I got to find me another great product to put against your screen. But at the end of the day, yeah, no. And then at that, your customers, now mind you, the reason why your customers don't own up to being your customers, because at the end of the day, how dumb are your customers at the end of the day? I'm sorry to call y'all dumb. You read through that website and you really thought that made sense at the end of the day? If you literally went to that website and read that nonsense at the end of the day and still made that order, you're an idiot. You are a complete idiot at the end of the day. I'm sorry, but you are an idiot. 2 quarts of paint to paint a 300-inch screen. Yeah. All right. That's why your customers don't come forth at the end of the day. Because anyone who has your product is a complete idiot at the end of the day. Because anybody will go there and laugh at them in the forum site and go, oh, wait a minute, you matched that Sherman Williams, right? That tablecloth? Yeah. And now we got the whole thing about they're going through your website right now. They're going through the website and they're dying laughing in there. And I'm like, no, people, at the end of the day, the man may have a learning disability, so don't bust on him about his reading or whatever. He may have some problems there. But this is just the stuff you come up with. It's funny. And if he doesn't do the demonstration, we'll do it for you to show you that it can't be done. But you can't make accusations. You got to back it up. Let me see. We got that there. First activator, right? Okay. We got another one for you. We'll post at the bottom too. That's another one activate for you right here. Because you're committing fraud, man. You're definitely committing some dirty fraud. See, people have to understand when you do business with people at the end of the day, even they should know, hopefully they know at the end of the day, that you're not going to get a 300 screen from 2 gallons, but you could seriously mess up somebody pretty bad doing that by not having your calculations right. Because like I said, a 300 screen is not going to be a screen inside the house. Most likely it's going to be outside for a big event. That's where it's going to be at. Now, hopefully the person who's painting the screen has enough common sense at the end of the day to not believe that 2 quarts is going to paint in a 300 screen. Hopefully. But he's hoping to get that sucker that's not going to be able to ask too many questions and is going to believe everything's going to come out of his mouth at the end of the day. And this guy's going to go paint this screen in to find out he does not have enough paint to finish off the screen. And if most people, like I said, when they're doing venues and events, they rarely do that screen a week in advance because they don't want the screen to get messed up. They most likely would do it to the closest to the deadline as possible. So the screen's all set up, it's crisp, it's nice, they can hang it up, not going to have any wrinkles in it, it's freshly done. That's what they want at the end of the day. Nice presentation, okay? So mind you, the next day you got this big meeting with all these people coming in, I don't know whatever venue you're having, and you got not even half a screen painted. What do? You can't either you're going to talk to the painter. If you got a painter doing the job, he's going to come back. First minute you hand it to a painter, he's like, what are you doing? Where's the rest of it? That's what he's going to say. Where is the rest of it? And you're going to say, oh, that's it. The guy said that all I needed was, and he's going to start laughing in your face. Oh, he's going to call you an idiot at the end of the day. Wait, let me get this straight. So the guy who sold you this told you that only 2 quarts is going to paint all of this? Are you kidding me? Yeah, that's what's going to happen. That's exactly what's going to happen. The painter's going to laugh at you because the painter even knows in the back of his mind that that is not going to work at the end of the day. No. Now, you're going to panic. You're definitely going to panic. That's definitely going to happen. You're definitely going to panic. And keep in mind, if you basically went all out and you paid for a work crew to come in and set up stage lights and speakers and all that stuff, and you put in a whole rail system, I told you they're pretty expensive, but the rail system in for the grommets, set all that up for everybody to do that at the end of the day, and the painter's sitting in the background laughing his head off because you're a freaking idiot because at the end of the day, you believe that 2 quarts are going to paint a 300-inch screen, and now you're freaking panicking because you have nothing there. You got the projectors, everything you rented to hit that screen with nothing's there. What are you going to do? You're going to contact the person who sold you the paint. And mind you, since they paid for the shipping, shipping's free, you got to talk to the painter and ask him how much paint do we actually need. And he's going to say, you need blood such and so and so. Then you're going to go back and contact Crow and says, look, we need this paint. We need it now, so and so and so. Can you get in at this particular time? You're going to have to process that order just like that, have that paint shipped off to him so they can paint that screen in. And keep in mind, it's going to have to be shipped in overnight, depending on how far he grinded it to the deadline. If he grinded it pretty close to the deadline, you're going to have to pay a lot of money in shipping to get that from A to B, to rush it over there. And they're still going to have enough time to paint the screen and dry it. You know how long it takes for a 300-inch screen to dry? It does take a while. That's not something you're going to be able to lay on the floor. He's going to have to push that through a paint sprayer. You ever seen somebody roll a 300-inch screen? Do you know how much room it takes to spray a screen that's 261 by 147? This is a screen that's going to have to be hung up and sprayed. This is going to take some time. Oh, man, I'm telling you. And that guy's going to give you a nasty, nasty review. Oh, he's going to talk trash about you. It messed up my venue. We had to turn on and we had to use another smaller screen. I paid all this money for this projector. I paid for the sound system. And he might even take you to court and sue you. Yeah, they'll take you to court and sue you for that at the end of the day. It cost me money. I paid all this money for the projectors, the venue, the screen, the frame, all this stuff to accommodate the 300-inch screen, and we had to break it down to 120-inch because the screen wasn't ready. Because he misled us on the calculations on what was needed to actually paint the screen in. Then again, the judge might look at him like, you're an idiot too, because how in the world do you believe that's even possible? But yeah, you can be sued for that. That's misleading. That's committing fraud. That's what you just did. Let me see if we got the information there for you guys. Done. All right, so this is the follow-up. We're going to give him 5 days. You got 5 days to go in and basically order the surface, 5 days to paint it. Actually, 5 days to get the surface, unpack it, paint the entire screen with 2 quarts. Now, mind you, Crow, so you can understand this. You're not cheating on this demonstration because you like to cheat as much as you can. You're going to do this live. Do you understand me? You're going to do it live. And you're going to, when you open and display that screen, you're going to do the unboxing of the screen. You're going to open, display it, stretch it out so we all can see that it's bone white. You're going to take those 2 quarts of paint and you're going to paint that screen. That's what you're going to do. And you're going to show us, you're going to take 2 quarts and you're going to cover a 300-inch screen. That's what we want to see. Let's see if you can back his product up. And while you're at it, while you're at the paint store, you can go pick up some bare silver screen and some black paint. Maybe drop that 2, 3, and 4 in there too. That'd be nice too if you can do that demonstration with the Sherman Williams, because that'd be nice. We're all dying to see the Sherman Williams. You do the side by side. You can do that too. You're gonna be at the paint store anyway. You might as well pick it up. Why not? Go pop over and get you some network grade 773. Yeah, what's the point? You might as well do it. I just ordered me right now some black film to put against my screen a few minutes ago. All right, let me see. We got everything here. We got on that one. We're good right there. We're good right there. See if we got the last one in. That's what I want to see. I want to see that at the end of the day. And that's all in there for you guys. That's done. I want to check out real quick while I'm in here. Already got that done. Gosh, I've never heard anything. Oh my goodness! I swear, people just making it up as they go along. They're not even freaking doing the. They're not even doing the work anymore. They're just making it up. What are you, Peter Pan? Where the freak do you get this nonsense from at the end of the day? I told 3 friends of mine that are contractors. Oh, I never heard them laugh so hard in my entire life. He said, "Who gave you this? Who's writing this dumb nonsense?" Yeah, they've been on your website too. Your website actually now is just for people to just laugh at the end of the day. I don't need to put it that way, but there's no way to explain it. That's like somebody tell me, look, we can paint your entire house from a quart of paint. What kind of look would you give that person at the end of the day? Somebody comes down and says, look, we can paint the whole house for a quart. What kind of look would you give them at the end of the day? You look at them like, you have to look them up and down, then stop, then look down again, stop. And looking back up and down again. And then turn your head because you can't believe this came out of somebody's mouth. So you got to turn your head and look in another direction like, think for a bit. Come back and look at them. And then you start cursing like, what the freak? Like, get off my property. Get off my property. Yeah, that's pretty much what you did. Oh my goodness, unbelievable. I'm checking this out. This is my customer just posted. That is a front and rear technology we got. And I want to check out the other one. He got all the screens fired up. Nice. I told you, people are doing what I do. They're firing up the entire, nothing but all screens in their hometown. They're doing what I do. That's one customer set up right now. You see the white level? That's a phantom going off right there. See how bright that white level was popping off? That's a phantom. And you talk all that trash about my screen being too dark, oh, that got to be embarrassing, doesn't it, Crow? See, I told you, you got to be careful about running your mouth too much, man. My customers see you and hear you doing this nonsense and don't like it at the end of the day. Because they know they got the product, they know it works perfectly fine. But when they see you go on YouTube and do these fake demonstrations or mixing black paint to try to portray a product that look like that, they don't like that at the end of the day. So they do demonstrations like this for me. That's a phantom. The screen you claim that was so dark you couldn't see it, but yet my customer's using an 1100 lumen projector to pull up that white snow level. You gotta stop. We gotta stop doing fake demonstrations like that at the end of the day. And that's going to be posted to the site. I already got it posted. We're going to post it over to our other form site so they can check it out. And I posted so they can check it out. But yeah, that's a black phantom laying against that wall that posted that big bright snow level. Yeah. And all that time you in your apartment talking about, oh no, this is this product. This is how it actually works. Dude, at the end of the day, I'm going to tell you something. You should, by what I've seen from your reviews and from your website and how you don't know anything at the end of the day, I'm going to tell it like it is. You can't spell. Don't know math at the end of the day, because I can tell by how you'll calculate your product. You can't even calculate math correctly. Judging by your screens, you don't know basically math at all. I mean, I'm pretty sure you know some math, but I don't know. I'm not questioning that. That's definitely questionable. It's just a whole lot of things there. And at the end of the day, you want to come off making it look like everybody else will know what they're doing. And apparently you don't know what you're doing at the end of the day. Even when you discuss things in videos, you don't talk properly. And I got friends of mine and it's not about his race, so don't even put that in to begin with. I got Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, Cubans. I got all friends like that. I got people from Japan. I got people from Ireland. I'm well connected. I know a lot of people. My ex was freaking out for 5 years. She was Dominican. When you basically in a relationship with Dominicans or Puerto Ricans, you know how that roll. You basically blend in with the whole family, aunts, uncles, cousins, been to DR, been to Puerto Rico, all that. And they know how to basically, some of them have been over here that while. And right now, a friend of mine, she's learning English, and her English is very, very good. Very, very good. But it's just the way it's not saying about how you speak it, it's how you don't know what you're talking about. That's what it is at the end of the day. You can have a person that broken English, and if they're an excellent mechanic, they know how to explain it to you so you can understand it at the end of the day. Remember, I do business from all over the world. If you know what you're talking about, you know what you're talking about. I don't care if you speak in perfect English or broken English. If you don't know what you're talking about, you don't know what you're talking about. And clearly, you do not know what the freak you are talking about in your videos at all. I don't even know where you got 300 inches at 2 quarts. Are you kidding me? What do they pack in your cereal at the end of the day? I just kidding. And then he's gonna go, oh, he's being racist because no, man, get out of that dumb nonsense. Get out of that nonsense at the end of the day. Go somewhere with it. Don't. I'm tired of your Karen calls. Get out of that nonsense. You can at the end of the day, if your English is good, if your English is bad, if a person's professional, know what they're talking about, they know what they're talking about. You do not know what you're talking about on camera. That's why you sat there, whatever your knowledge is in screen paint, you put that on your website. Keep in mind of that. The experience knowledge that you know in screen paint, you put that on your website. So if people are coming to buy off your website, they're reading through your literature, your information on your knowledge and what you know about this product and being an expert in this field, and you have to back up what you are saying, partay. Or if not, it's basically jibber jabber, bullcrap, or at the end of the day, I'm not going to say the curse words, but you know what they are. 2 quarts out of a 300-inch screen. I'm sorry, people. I try to be professional on this, but that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. It's not even funny. It's not even funny how bad that is. And then you've got more of it on the website. You got 2 quarts is going to paint 150-inch to 200 inches. All right, Crow. I'm going to break your brain here for a bit, real quick, people. If 2 quarts are going to paint 150-inch to 200 inches, where do you get the 3 from? Because you just stated that 2 quart paints 300 inches. So if 2 quart paints 300 inches, and you have it on your site in the front page that says 2 quart paints to 150 to 200, what happened to the 3? There you go. That shows you at the end of the day you're a complete idiot. Let's recap real quick. Front of your page. 2 quarts covers up 150 to 200 inches. 2 quarts. 1 quart covers up to 120 inch. Again, 2 quarts, 150 to 200 inches. Two quarts covers up to 300 inches. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the fool. There you go. You don't know what you're talking about. Right there, it's on your website. You just said 2 quarts cover up to 150 to 200. What happened to the 3? But over here, you're saying that 2 quarts do a 300 inch. So which one is it? All right, y'all figure out that dumb nonsense in the day. I got to go downstairs and I have to go visit a black screen because I have demonstrations to do with that today. And yeah, I've got people asking for contracts now, basically to be able to sell and distribute the Black Widow technology that makes things like they're actually OLED. So yeah. Anyway, y'all figured that out because I don't even know where to go with this. I mean, 2 quarts is magic. Maybe, okay, I got it. One solution. Maybe the steering stick that you get with the product happens to be a Harry Potter wand. Or you ever seen the Mickey Mouse one? I forgot what it's called. The one where he has the wizard's hats on. He's the Winter's Apprentice. What was it, Wizard's Apprentice? I think it is. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Maybe it's a paintbrush or something. It's a magical paintbrush or something. I don't know. But it clearly says right there, it says 2 quarts, you're going to paint up to a 300 inch. And one says 2 quarts are going to paint up to a 150 into a 200 inch. All right, Jamie, I'm not going to waste any more time on this, but do me a favor. We sent you the link directly to your site so everybody can see. We did send it over to him, requesting him to back up these false accusation claims on his site and see if he can back them up, or he's just basically just talking a whole lot of trash and he's just a fake at the end of the day. At the end of the day, understand this. Never, ever email me and say to me that I'm a fake at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, I would expose you for what you are. Now, mind you, I could have picked up on this and kept it a secret and nobody would have figured this out. I'm pretty sure I would have figured it out. Somebody would have figured it out somewhere. But since you felt the need to come on air yesterday and mind my own business and say all these nasty things about me and say that I'm a fake, well, there you go. And not only that, was able to prove that you're fake and your product doesn't work, and I'm going to blow your product out of my product yesterday with no problem whatsoever, but I gave you a challenge to do. But if you can't complete the challenge, it just shows at the end of the day, you can't back your product up. And that's one more video we get to add to the blacklist, because at the end of the day, you are committing fraud because you're misleading your customers on information that is not true, which you have nothing to back up any of these claims whatsoever, which means your website is completely fake. 300 inches. Are you freaking kidding me? What do you smoke at the end of the day? Then you come down here at the bottom and it says something completely different down here where you're talking about a screen size of, where's he got this written down at? Here it is. A screen size of 2 quarts. It's going to do 150 to 200. How are you doing 150 to 200 to, where's the 300 at the end of the day? It's not even there. Don't even know. You're just writing stuff down for the sake of just writing stuff down. You people deal with that at the end of the day. If you want real stuff, you contact us. If you want to diddle daddle with this fake nonsense, then good luck. Gotta go. God bless. My goodness, that's horrible.